that squeak, that shrill voice that Cobra Commander has. The guy who plays Cobra Commander or Starscream. Both are Hasbro toys, cartoons made in the 80s just to sell toys. G.I. Joe comics and toys and Transformers in particular. So Hasbro. Is that company still alive? I don't know. I know Kenner went out of business. I think Kenner stopped making Jurassic Park toys. Anyhow, I've been actually on a really interesting killing spree. This is actually one of our more popular productive team kills. I've pretty much killed off Land of Maze. I've killed off. I was working on one to set a date, so maybe I might have enough time and another chance to kill off one to set a date. I've been hit a couple times. Most likely, I've been hit by players from 6-2 a lot. So I'm assuming that those are someone I killed off. C. James 6-2 Doa. Utopia Society. I think it's a regular player. 6-2 again. Get some. I killed off a player called Big. I wrote a funny message to Big Yen saying, "I'm gonna wear your face like a condom or a hat or something. Like I'm gonna wear your face like a condom hat or something. Please leave this kingdom of deep kill you back." I killed off Palatur. I killed off anyone new coming into the kingdom. I kill off. I kill off Creed. Let's see, Creed here. I killed off Creed. I killed off Bracket Pools. I killed off BMSS Samara, I think. I think he was my first target I killed off. Those swords here, Bracket Pools. I think BSMS of Samara saw who I am and DOA defected to Unnamed Kingdom. It defected. I removed Creed because he was dying. Palantir, So I killed off a whole bunch of other players. See, I wrote down. Oh, Creed was a kingdom in this game. We need a monarch vote for me. Then I wrote down. I would vote, and I would vote because I'm most likely to be the strongest. But I know we need a monarch soon. I do agree. I need a monarch. I vote for myself. Voted BSMR. I killed off BMSR. I think you should vote for me. Well, I killed off Creed. And I killed off a bunch of other players too. Land of Maze. So Land of Maze wrote down something very silly. Hey Cobra, no more killing people off. Guess you just don't listen or have no brains. Your time is coming. Really. So I wrote down really silly shit that Land of Maze threatened me with. I wrote down Cobra Commander's response, aka me. Cobra Commander's response, Cobra! And then I just totally shanked them. Look at all these little shanks. Oh, I love sticking blades. I love when I team kill. There's all these little bladey things here. See, look, blade, skull, and crossbone, blade. I killed off everybody. I killed. That's like 5 of the kingdoms I killed, provinces I killed here. As soon as, especially Land of Maze here. Land of Maze actually had a strong, what's it called? Had a strong thing. We go over here. Go to events. It's like all these spells. I casted all these spells. Land of Maze got hit by me. Fireball. And we're gonna record the formula that I use. So I've learned a formula here where I won't create any thieves because I don't bother with thieves. I think that a fireball does more damage to thieves too. So basically, if we go to Kingdom and our population, I just totally decimated Bracket Pools, their populations. I just totally decimated Land of Maze. Creed was down to 13 land. Pretty much once Ukraine does their counteroffensive and takes back their land, that's all it's going to be. Russia's just going to fuck off back to Russia. It's like very little land left, like little scraps of land left, So anyways, spent the afternoon filling off all my forms of Aish. I got only two more sections of Aish to fill out. I'll fill those out, and I continue just carrying on as is, continuing to build my crypto stand, saving up my crypto points so I can once my crypto crow coins go up in value, then I can finally do something with it. Then I can finally invest in myself. So I can start looking thin, looking good, feeling good about myself, instead of being fat. And then maybe you guys will never have to see me again. But for now, this is what we do. So I'm Cobra Commander. There's probably like 1 Kingdom 1 or something. So I killed off like 2 players I've killed off. I've killed off these 2 dum-dums. And I've killed off so many players. I've killed off at least so many other players. Now we go to the lobby here too, and I discovered a new thing. I have multiple accounts connected to Utopia. I just recently realized that I didn't actually have that many accounts because I use VPN, right? And I use many VPNs to circumvent the David C's blocking. I don't think he blocks me anymore. I mean, I've actually came onto Utopia without needing the VPN, but I use the VPN good for high security. It's inexpensive. So use NordVPN. Get your NordVPN. If you want protection and with the whole APGN here, if you want protection and all your data encrypted and not these hackers stealing your credit cards and your crow points or your crypto points, then go VPN. I also want to hang out on dark webs eventually too. Just political forums. Not that I need secret stuff. I just want to see what kind of secrets are out there on the internet. I know there's some kind of secret cabal out there, right? Maybe some kind of secret group that you have to sneak your way into. Maybe I'll learn hacking too. There's a hack space here in Calgary that teaches all sorts of DIY projects, hack space, smelting, crafting, all sorts of cool shit. So I'm gonna once I get a suburban house, I'm gonna really look into that for a few years and just create some stuff. Maybe make some artsy furniture, some artsy wood furniture. Maybe go to the Amazon, trim some trees. Trim some trees means not chop the tree down, but just take away the dead stuff, whittle it, and because it's good to take away the dead stuff too, because they might catch on fire easier. And it leaves the live green gooey stuff on the tree. I'm writing to a pen pal. I wrote to this girl called Mary Zumlaut Joplin, and I found out she killed her kid someplace in East America, eastern states. So we're pen paling and stuff, and pen paling some other pen pals, and yeah, it'll be fun. It's gonna be really fun. We'll see what kind of mischief we can get into. So I'm called Charlie Googleack here. This is to see. So I found out that in each account I can do a lobby. I could do just the lobby button here. I can do Genesis and Real Round, and then each account. So I have at least 6 different accounts now. 2 times 3 is 6. So I'm Charlie Googleack here, named after a football player. I just found the name funny, Googleack. So, so what the objective here is just to make as many provinces as you can and just kill everybody. See, we have BMSS Samara here. So we'll be getting hit BMSS Samara. Because BMSS Samara, I'm assuming it's one of those Indonesian players, but they're popular in Mafia and Stone and everything. But Cobra Lairs. Cobra Lairs. It looks like Cobra Lairs, but it's actually called Cobra Lair. Like as in Cobra's. I was watching an old cartoon back in Edmonton years ago when we used to have VCRs. Yes, we used to have VCRs before DVD. Before new blue waves or before streaming, there was something called a VCR. Those tapes. And, yeah, if you're an 80s file or one of those millennial kids, that's what we did. Like, you go to a porn shop, you have like this porn tapes that are like huge blob bricks, or go to Blockbusters. You don't have those little Blockbusters and Be Kind, Rewind, or go to a family run VCR. I think each city should have at least one VCR, like classical VCR, a place just to keep the nostalgia alive, and like we have vinyl, and we have CDs and vinyls and stuff. Just keep the culture alive a little bit. And found some really interesting shows on Netflix about that. It's about a black archivist dude who's able to who has some emotional problems, baggage, who's suicidal, who's in between. Like, so if you see someone who's high risk or something of self harm, keep an eye on that person, love that person, talk to that person, and eventually it'll be a very painful regrow. I mean, recovery. I mean, because they still have to deal with their underlying psychological issues that cause them to think such extreme thoughts in the first place. But at least they're still alive, safe for now. On Seven Cups, I can't show you what that is because that's private information. I talked to Seven Cups listener, listener, who was at high risk. Well, no, he's a boyfriend of a girlfriend in some place on this planet who was high risk. Again, I'm trying to keep everything as FOIP and as sealed as possible. So that was a pretty interesting night of the Seven Cups. I hope that. I'm glad that I was able to do some talking there too. To help the person learn how to develop a network, how to access like actual professional help in the community, and develop a boyfriend girlfriend kind of protection plan, and recruiting her family members as she slowly gets the basic necessities, the second tier and higher tier living needs, so that she began to control the meso world and the macroeconomic world, social worker terms, the systems and the the structures that oppress her, and the environmental relationships out there in the yucky, scary world, the microverse, to help her inside world, her microverse, her own unique biomechanical systems that's keeping her alive, her body alive, her mind, her heart, everything, her feelings. That's macro. That's again, it's a social worker term. I'm not that much of a bad guy, actually. I mean, I actually do good things. I just play a bad guy on TV, I guess. YouTube is TV. So that's her, and hopefully this next round of papers I filed off with Ace could make them fuck right off, and I can finally, continue to build my microverse. And I'm slowly building up my microverse, so when I turn older, I can actually still have somewhat. And I'm very happy. I don't get it all. I don't get the whole pie. I'm happy when the universe gives me a small. They want to give me more, of course, but I have to go out and reach for it. That's life, right? You have to go out and reach for this. So I'm just getting all these crazy ideas in my mind up right now because I just did some social work reading homeworks. And it's all about fixing the system. It's all about fixing the system for every American. And that's good for the economy, too, because people are healthy, people are living, people are not jumping across sea trains or subways and not fighting a desperate bid for survival, but they're actually feeling good. And then, therefore, their life expectancy goes up when their threat assessment levels go down. When they feel less scary about the world. And it's all about metabolism of the heart too. This whole stress thing about gaining weight, losing weight when you're hyper stressed and your heart goes. It's because of that. It's just pumping too hard or pumping too little, and you just want the Goldilocks zone. So that's just me in the social work world, and what I'm doing right now, and I have to start to seriously considering dieting and hitting the step up machine for at least a few weeks, drop a few more pounds. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna really begin the Spartan diet here, and no more nighttime snacks, no more nighttime anything. Just the Spartan diet and hit the step up machine. That's all you need. That's all you need in life. You don't really need any of those secret diets, all those fad diets, all those fad workout plans. All you just need to do is just increase your activity. Okay, so see, the thing is, the silly guy tried to threaten me, right? So then I wrote down along the lines of compose here. Let's send. Before you threaten someone, at least have the means to back up your threats, you stupid fuckstick. And if you will go into here, it appears that I've been hit a couple times in spell wise. I've been hit by that loser here. Land of Maze tried to spy on my military. Land of Maze tried to incite riots. Land of Maze tried to spy on my military to see if what. You don't really need to do that actually. Actually, Land of Maze did very little against me. Very little against me. I think he tried to coup d'état his own way to become king or monarch, and write this threatening message to me. And I don't take threats lightly. I take it very seriously. See, no more killing off. You see, insulting my brain, my intellect. I don't insult him, right? It's playing a game here, and you don't really have to do that kind of shit just to threaten me. Really silly shit that Land of Maze threatened me with, and then I retaliated. Spent the whole night, spent the whole afternoon just killing him back. That's why I like it with the lightning round, or the blitz round is the blitz round is that you can actually have you actually have to move fast. Just like those you have a timer of 20 minutes to do or 5 minutes for blitz round, and just trying to so. All right, so we're gonna finish this player off, and we'll get some runes here. So let's go fire some combat shells to this player. Combat shells, boo, boom, boo, boom. So I discovered that a funny way of doing this actually. So what you gotta do is just not use. I know that I suck at thieves, so I'm just gonna build as much towers and as much guilds as I can. And then all the other secondary industries, like watchtowers and libraries and dungeons and stables and whatnot. And then I put everything into here, right here. 17,920 magic effectiveness, and that really works. I mean, it increases. You can just fireball someone to the high heavens and just keep on balling them, and now just destroy their economy, destroy their population, and really sometimes make them rage quit. And if you make them rage quit, then you've won, right? And here's my here's feeding my funding and feeding my army. I haven't put anything under military cash with put anything under here yet. And then I put everything under here. The usual buffers, population, so you can start producing. And also here, especially here, this is very important. So did a lot of this to create my runes and my food in the first place, so I can actually attack the siege there, begin the siege there, and BSMR voted. So yeah, it's one of our more productive team kills. So we're just waiting on our military to come back, so we can actually hit them. We'll come back in. Actually, we can hit them now. Setting hours, general armor, rangers, archers. Actually, we'll just wait for our forces to come back. And then everyone like less. So that's one of the methods of that's one of my team killing methods. It's just killing, building a bunch of crazy provinces. I'm now gonna show you my other kingdoms. It has my emails on it, and you just gonna hunt me down or dox me or some shit like that. So let's just say that I have 6 other kingdoms, 6 other provinces and kingdoms, and I'll once this one goes down, or if I can still, I'll kind of abandon this one now, because as soon as new players come in, I just kill them off. The idea is just to make this game extremely not fun for players. We go to rankings to see how many players are playing, and it's about 100 players, but I think there's something wrong with this counter. Because every time I kill someone off, it should go down to like 80, 90, 99, but I killed off 5 guys. So either they sign up right away, or or the country's broken. I think they sign up right away. But like I said, I've killed off many players. Also, in another kingdom I am in. Let's see. Cobra Kai, I'm not in this one. I recognize the names only. These people never change their names. Nope, I'm not in there. I'll show you the other two ones I'm in. And I actually have 4 accounts. So, just from not in here. Then August Ball? Nope. Unnamed Kingdom, back. Nope. But this game is dying out, so that's really always pleasing to see. Game Administration, Tom Kagaki. Okay, so let me see. I will show you my other provinces. They're actually following the protocol very well. This new Cobra Commander. He called himself something weird. I called myself originally Cobra Commander Secret Lair, but I was usurped. There's someone in here. Coco Jumbo. Go Jumbo Jumbo ya ya yeah. Coco Jumbo ya ya yeah. Let me up, put me down, see my feet on the ground, take me down, Jumbo. I'm a Jumbo Jumbo, Mumbo Jumbo, Jumbo. That's okay, so I'm here somewhere. Hey yo, using Kingdom of Gargi and Elfie. So I'm calling him. We'll call him Gargi and Elfie. Okay, so Gargi and Elfie refer to back in the PSP days, and I have made some provinces based on PSP. I will make more provinces based on PSP just to renew the name. So remind myself. Back in the 90s and late 2000s and mid 2000s, when all of my brother's friends are still connected to this house somehow, before going off their own ways, being tradespeople, being business people, and enjoying their 30s and 20s, whereas I had to work my ass off because I'm disabled. We went joyriding a lot too. I'm sure the statute of limitations has long expired, and we went joyriding. And sometimes we take lawn furniture, lawn ornaments such as elves and gargoyles, Elfie and Gargi, a gargoyle and a lawn elf, and a lawn gnome. And then we also had a squirrel, but we want to drill a hole in the squirrel and call it bunny bong and stone squirrel. A bunny and a squirrel, but we broke them. We got high and we broke them. We got drunk, broke pots, and broke. They're a bunch of bogan bullshit. They're a bunch of bogan bullshit. We call ourselves the PSP, pot smashing, pot smoking posse. This is the period before PlayStation. This is like the few summers before PlayStation, and everyone's transitioning from N64 to the PS system. Getting out of the Nintendo world, so going into the PS system, where the PlayStation remained dominant for a while, and then a bunch of Sega had a system, Dreamcast I believe called, and Nintendo had a Dolphin or something, or some kind of weird GameCube. It was supposed to be called Dolphin, but it was called GameCube instead, and then but that didn't last long. Now there's a new system that deacted the Nintendo Switches and all DXs and all this other weird stuff. And, then there's also the Xbox. But then this is the strange 3 years before that. Roughly when my brother was still in junior high, high school, and speaking of VHS, we actually had VHS back then, so. We smoke pot. We'd go joyriding. We actually played some video games, some very limited video games. PS1. That's how some when it first came up. But we had the car. We had an old Dodge K car station wagon. Okay, K cars are really old cars from the 80s, like really old. They're called Carter cars, K series. This is when the government was first slowly trying to implement environmental regulations to actually make cars more efficient, and then now it's more regulations to make it even more efficient. This is minimum. So then Dodge created the K series. It's very boxy, but it was pretty good actually. I mean, the car eventually died out in 2001 ish. Then we had a red Hyundai I inherited from my uncle. 90s to it was got in 1990 all the way to 2000, so it's pretty old. This is back when Hyundais sucked. But Hyundais are very good now cars nowadays. This is when Hyundais were known as we're at Daewoo level, DAEW Daewoo level. Actually, Daewoo cars are actually getting pretty interesting, quality wise, and Daewoo and the other one, the other Korean car. I forgot what it's called. Not Daewoo. But yeah, you smoke pot, and we go joyriding around this neighborhood, doing all sorts of hooping shit. Then that one summer, the car actually drove away very quickly. We got away very quickly because I don't know, for some reason it was still able to run. Perhaps it was the magic of Gargi, the actual magic of Gargi, and but that one night we got really stoned and we're sort of throwing Gargi. Or I don't know. Chris still was throwing broke Gargi's head off. So I think he threw Gargi at the other kids, and as we were trying to leave, trying to get into the car. So we had I knew I had a bad omen that night. So I'm going, oh my god, we're gonna get so fucked. And lo and behold, we hit the wrong house. Alex Vasic, the retard, I guess, the retard of the group. Alex Vasic actually shot a paintball, and the paintball went into the glass of the house. So the house mom actually was able to spot our car, because we couldn't get away in time. So, and then we thought we got away, and then we were doing the neighborhood again a few hours later, and then we were followed by this one driver who seemed to have a particular interest in our car, and then that was the husband of that, hunting us down, looking for us. Because we were just trying to do more casing the place, casing the place. Now we're all old suburbanized. I live in a neighborhood still, but I live in a different house. This is actually nearby. So what happened was I still consider Gargi and Elfie, and so we'll call him Gargi, we'll call him Elfie. I'll make another series of Gargi and Elfie about that. So once again, the same formula runs. I was able to kill off the old monarch. We lost a war. We fought a war. Well, actually, we lost both wars actually. So I'm going to be using it to kill off everybody. I think I'm going to get retaliated very soon by these people. But I was able to defend myself. I think I also migrated into that kingdom too. I kind of took the whole refuge and then slowly rebuilt the kingdom. Let's see. Oh, Daniel Cornwall House. I was someone else before he became Daniel Cornwall House. I forgot whom I was, but it's another team killing province that I had. I have good strong defenses and I have good strong offenses, so I'm going to once again team kill everybody. I'm working on Bashu and Tree here. Same thing. I did the whole thing to be a total prick to lower their population with a bunch of fireballs and stuff. Dalaran, no one here. I think I was called. I can't remember what I was called though. I was in this guy's kingdom, Batman Doxy. I can't remember what I was called though. When I was defeated, they retaliated me. I was able to kill one province off, and so I actually had a pretty good team killing run, and I actually had a good run of team killing. So okay, everyone's back. So let's go to Land of Maze and go to Raise Maze. So tonight I'm going to lock down the pizza. Last in this neighborhood, there's a guy selling pizza during COVID. Now that COVID's lifted, he's back at work, back working. During the COVID times, during the past 2 years, he was able to go to the store, get lots of ingredients, like a shitload of ingredients, especially from Costco, bring it back, and just make homemade pizza. That's because this is back when everything was locked down. You couldn't order pizza. You couldn't order. I don't know. People actually had a passion for making their own food. Thing about COVID is we actually came back indoors and also worked on our household projects, renovating the house, renovating the fence. We built a new fence here actually, and that jacked up the prices of building materials, and that was one of the early precursors of this inflation thing, because they figured that a lot of us are home. They can jack up the prices whatever we want. They have very little workers to control demand, and that's how it works too. So this guy made his own pizzas. They're very delicious pizzas from my head. I never eaten before, so I got to order the last batch of it. Because these are the last batches of it. He's going back to work, and some busybody in the neighborhood kind of ratted him out. And he suspects who too. So he decided to get a bunch of other pizza boxes and just signed his name on it, because as a way to make it artistic and say goodbye. So I'm gonna grab one. Hopefully I can grab one of the last pizzas ever. Maybe we can have a pizza party too. Maybe we can all get together as a neighborhood, pool our money together, rent out the hall, and have one big end of an era pizza. But I'm going to be renting a car, so because I need to practice my driving skills. My driving skills really suck. So like I said, I haven't had a car since the Gargi Mobile died, and the red Hyundai died, and my dad's Sonata downstairs died. Sonata, that was the brand of it. The 1990 Sonata, and then the old Sonatas that eventually die out. The last Sonata was this red Sonata, and it died out in 2008. 2004 maybe, yeah. I think it was 2004. It got me. I remember driving it to the Cineplex when I worked at the Cineplex. I drove it to Motive Action when I used to work at Motive. I used to be a student at Motive Action, and I decided to drive it to Edmonton for The idea was to drive it several times or so up to Edmonton as a kind of like a fish returning back to their spawning ground kind of a story or a situation where I could give blood over the months, but then that actually gave the car a heart attack, and it didn't work on the way back. Well, it didn't work on the way back. It was one of those cars where you could only drive inside the neighborhood as it was slowly dying out because it couldn't shift gear 2. You have to actually go down a hill to shift the gear 2, and then, so I figured might as well shift the gear 2, and it was really, really crazy. And because we didn't want to spend for such an old car, we didn't want to spend on the transmission. So the car eventually died out, and I think what we did was just leave the car out in the front yard, in front of the house, and that was it. That was the end of my driving career back in 2008, and then I moved to China. Hopefully, I can. And then I came back from China to here. That was a different era. So that's the end of Gargi. So this is Gargi's This is what we did this is all that's left of Gargi Mania. This old obscure video game. I'm going to eventually be posting these videos online in the archive. I will see about getting an archive on an old archive on dark web too, just to make it as obscure as possible. Make my own personal website on the dark web and then or on the internet, and just make it as obscure as possible, like really hard to get to. So that's it. That's Maze is dead, and Maze's threats are dead. Now we got to continue working on want to set a date. So want to set a date, and then we'll continue. I'm going to assume it's a date as in dating, like romancing dating. Want to set date. So I'm going to kill off want to set date, and then because I'm checking up this not to let people play this game for fun. team kill everybody and make sure that they stop playing. And it's actually happening. It's actually working. See, yeah, this is broken. This should have said, this should have read as 99. So this system is broken. So let's see how many people are playing over here though. Rankings. Those are reported races. Yeah, 1815. See, down from 1900. This game is slowly dying out, and that's good. That's what this game wants, and maybe I'll get a bunch of Utopia merch. I'm sure this game will flounder around for another 10 years or another 5 years or so, and I'll be there. I mean, last time this game actually had a decent player base was 2000 at 2,500. Was a article like 5 years ago written by Vice back in 2017. They tracked down Mayhu, the game maker, and he didn't even know this game was still alive. He sold it to a company. Then these two mods, these two gamers, they bought it from that company just to try to revive everything, and it didn't work out. The game is slowly leaking players, and hopefully we can get some merch here, and hopefully we can. I have my eye on this. I have my eye on this tote bag, water bottle, journal. I hope we get a little journals here. How many pages are in the journal? A page is $12 US, not bad. That's it. How many pages? There's 75 pages for $12. Not bad. Just to see. And this is a COVID mask. This is an interesting historical thing. This is the women's panties. COVID mask. So that's a historical thing. Utopia blanket. I'm gonna get a nice velveteen plush blanket. Another pair of panties here. Night Strike Target. Oh, Night Strike. Black Utopia. Oh, the blankets. Swan. Oh, baby blanket. Oh, goo goo. This is a kid. Her kid. Kids. Parents. The bib. The jumper. The bib. The hoodie. A mouse pad. Foam mat. Bath foam mat. Wow. A Siri charger change pad thing. I don't know what the hell that is. Beverage container, format. Generals is actually a pretty addictive game, but it's really hard to play because it's so addictive. It's really hard to play. But mouse pads. Utopia races red. Utopia. Oh, what is it drawing? Again, more SARS mask, mouse pad. But I love journaling, so I'm going to grab myself a nice 5 books of these journals, and before this game, maybe grab several. Because I have lots of journals already. I've got journals from when I visited the game store, not the gaming, the merchandise store of the Olympic Games, of the Winter Olympic Games of Toronto, in the Olympic Village. This is for athletes to buy junk, souvenirs and junk. The governments also offer their top athletes some pretty cool shit, because during the Pan Am Games, lots of athletes were able to go on shopping sprees and buy a bunch of shit and send it home to their families, right? And wow, I mean, these are some developing countries in the Caribbean. This is the Pan Am Games too. Like Cuba has or even Haiti has but they were really healthy. Maybe 1 or 2 athletes in that country, but so those governments invested a lot in their athletes as well. So I mean, you think these countries would have limited funding, but no, they have actually lots of funding. lots of funding in the government, in sports too. So yeah, this has been a lot of merchandise. So this actually looks pretty interesting. Pencil. Uh, so I got a bunch of journals from the Olympic Games just for a souvenir, as well as journals from both the Olympic Games and the Pan Am Games. So I have four altogether. I have a bunch of other journals that I've found, especially one during COVID times. I call it my COVID journal, my diary. So I'll be good. I'll just grab 5 of these and that'll be good enough. So 5 times 12 is like $60 or something. 5 times, yeah, $60 US. So roughly 65 American then, I guess. Canadian. So thank you for watching our show. This is Gogogan Team Killing You Off. This is a Gogogan Team Killing specialized show. I haven't filmed in a while, so I haven't really filmed myself in a while. So, and turn this off for now. They don't want to. Okay, coming. And then we'll see the candidates that we may do across the board. I've been beginning my attacks on church here. And I'll eliminate all these other players, especially VMSSR Samara. And again, no one's had. When I was actually the monarch of this kingdom, because the only one there, I voted for myself. I call myself Vanya's apartment. That's in Vanya from Umbrella Academy, Vanya Hargraves. And she has a very nice apartment. I wish I had an apartment like that. That would be so cozy. A gaming room, a study room, a study home. No, I could just live there and be quiet, A nice fireplace. They don't make classical fireplaces anymore. They're all gas. So, anyhow, thank you for watching our show. We're gonna go and team kill. And but I like what they're saying. They're actually saying they're actually trying to threaten me. Oh, how cute. Anyways, we'll see the people that I've killed are reforming their own kingdoms again, reforming and then attacking, because I've been attacked a lot. So Cobra Lair, Cobra Commander Lairs. Like I said, VHS. So VHS about Cobra. So back in the day, back in the 80s, I went to a friend's house where we rented the Cobra, the GI Joe series, Serpentor, Rise of Serpentor, which is season 2 of the GI Joe cartoon. The first 6 episodes is the Rise of Serpentor, and sometimes they'll be marketed as a series in VHS format. And one of the VHS formats, Volume 6 of Episode 6 of Volume 6 of it was that Dr. Mindbender had a really weird nightmare of DNA. Had a really weird nightmare of wanting to have a coup d'état against Cobra Commander, who's they feel that his bungling, his inept leadership, leading their terroristic society, global domination society, their cabal, their cabal. Cabal is based on the Jewish Kabbalah. It's a reference to that. It's based on the Jewish anti-Semitism theory that Jews are taking over the world, that they have different little sects and cells, infiltration cells, in different countries, based on the idea that of the American version of it is called ZOG, Zionist Occupational Government, where they believe that Jewish politicians that are raised here, that they live here, the Jewish community in America, that has some kind of weird conspiracy where they're putting their top people, their top talented, educated people into politics, medication, medicine, media, the banking system, and all this other bullshit like that. It's very similar to the Nazis' anti-Semitism or undermentionism in Russian pogroms, and the idea that everyone adheres to Israel or Zionism. So basically, the cabal is a different sects of different because it's like the mafia. It has different little departments coming, little different departments, all working towards this thing, and then that's towards undermining America. And that's what they believe. So Cobra stands for, I don't know what the fuck they stand for. I didn't watch the cartoon that much. Was able to use all their terroristic businesses and all the money to build up a private mercenary army, and then go on a 80s. This is back in the 80s. This is before Al Qaeda. This is before Osama. Actually, back then was when Osama and Al Qaeda was just forming. Actually, the Taliban, especially, all these other rebel groups. And back then, this is like your daddy's version of the army. So I won't go into too details. Now we have QAnon. Now we have all these other weird cabals. So, anyways, Dr. Mindbender, being a top scientist, had a nightmare that had a nightmare of him trying to overthrow Cobra Commander, and he didn't know how. So he had this really weird dream of combining all the different DNA qualities, DNA materials of all the different dead military leaders and political leaders into one giant being called Serpentor. So that's where I kind of been binging that on YouTube. So I've been Cobra Lairing it, but it's coming up to our 45-minute mark. So I don't want to make take too much tape on this computer, because this is a solid state hard drive, not the disk drive. So very limited space, and I have to go back to studying. Otherwise, I'll be kaput. Otherwise, I will be getting more of my more support from the crown to form my little cabal, my little world of supporting the crown. Getting a job, aka getting a job, right? And making sure that G.I. Joe does not invade Kanakistan. So I have to work on my cabal, my world, my little Cobra world. I might call myself Cobra Lair again, Cobra Law again, but yeah, I had a good time. Team killing everybody, and thank you for watching our show. This is Cobra Commander Secret Lair, and hopefully you actually see me in action. I stopped filming for a while because it's just too devious, but I'll occasionally come online to make my ownership of the screen Screencast-O-Matic worth it. I'll be using something other than Screencast-O-Matic too. So, and babbling on about old men Zoomer stuff, plans in my life and plans in your life. But anyways, thank you for watching our time. Have yourselves a lovely evening. Thank you for watching our show. Have yourselves a lovely evening. 你早，你就。